Yeah, I always thought it was fascinating when Preston would tell me the ages of the individuals that were coding for him on his server. And then now as we kind of pivot into marketplace and we start building these maps, and I started to interact with these developers, they're like 15, 16, 17 years old. And they have a very good understanding of the gaming ecosystem and like what kids want to download and buy and how they make money. And I'm just like trying to think of myself at 16 years old. I was just trying to like get through math class in high school without a D. Now we have kids who are like massive developers at 16 who are making hundreds of thousands of dollars a month.
Yeah, it's probably even crazier for Roblox, right? Like where and maybe that's the other piece that we should talk about. But in Roblox, the age is like super young, right? Like you have people that are probably starting at 8, 9, 10 years old, and then you have people that are building these games and these maps and I mean literally every part of the costumes, whatever you want to call it, and those people are probably like 13, 14, 15, and they're just printing money and like again, the parents of these people probably really don't understand. They're like, wait, what? This is what you made and this is what you're selling? Like, what is going on? But I think it'd be interesting to hear from you. Like you clearly spend a lot of time in the Roblox ecosystem. Like, how do you think about just the Roblox entire ecosystem, whether it's the games itself or the costumes, all of that, like, and how do you navigate that?
It is fantastic because Roblox is like one of the ones that is set apart. They did not start as a game like Fortnite or Minecraft. It's a platform. And I love that because every single game on this platform is user generated. And that is amazing. And the economics, I believe back in the day used to be a lot worse, and they made it like really, really good. It was like, what was it, like 82, 18?
It was 18% to the developers, yeah.
Yeah, and then now it's 65-35, so that's great. But even then, there were still like some of the top games, like, I mean, grossing millions, right? And it's interesting. So how the economics work is your server, right, or your game on the Roblox platform, you have these microtransactions, and you get paid in Robux. So more digital currency, yes. And then you have to exchange the Robux for like US dollars. And I literally never did that, but it was very interesting. Most of the time we would just save it so we could use it for YouTube videos. Because if you actually go out and buy 1,000,000 Robux, I think I remember it costing like a ridiculous amount of money. Maybe it was like $10,000 or something. So, but like you could just sell a t-shirt in the Robux store or the Roblox store. It's the catalog is what it's called.
Yeah.
And I think I have like 6 million Robux in there. And like, if I could sell them for what they were like worth like a Target gift card, I mean, oh my gosh, it'd be so much money. There was a kid that was in college and I filmed videos with him. His name was Linkmon. He had like 700,000 USD worth of Roblox items. He'd been collecting them, like RuneScape party hats, if you even know what that is.
Yeah.
It's just like, it's like the cryptocurrency of a video game almost. You just got to it early and you just had all this wealth. So they also have this recent development, the Star Code, very similar to the Supporter Creator Code that Fortnite has. And initially, it didn't actually support mobile. So if people bought Roblox on mobile, which is a huge chunk of Roblox's player base, it didn't actually support that. So it was very minuscule. And then once they allowed that to apply to mobile games, oh my gosh, it's great. So like, I think my Star Code will still generate thousands a month, and I don't play I haven't uploaded a piece of content in 182 days.
Wow.
Or something like that. And so it really gets to build up this revenue stream, and people are still down to support. It's insane. And then they also have the UGC. So you can make these custom models. It's not just making a 2D shirt now that you sell for 5 Robux. It's custom models like chains and pets. Like we made my wife's Chuckles the chicken plushie that was in real life, like in the game, and it sits on the shoulder and everybody loved it. You list it for like 150 Robux, which is so easy and accessible. And that's something I really like about Roblox. It's like you can have all of these cool items and not pay a premium. Like, yes, there are the premium items that are super dope, cosmetics, and you get to flex them in games. Like, you get to flex them. There's a lot of games where, like, you can't flex them. Like, listen, if I'm dropping 100,000 Robux on this chain necklace, I really want to be able to go into every game on the platform and wear this necklace. And so the value for the consumer is really there in Roblox, where it's like a Minecraft skin's cool, but, like, I can't put like a mounted dragon on my shoulder or this custom animation. Like none of that exists yet, but I think it will soon. Mm-hmm. But Roblox, they have it, right? And then the discoverability for games is great too, because like you just go to roblox.com, which I'm going to literally do right now. Oh my gosh, never mind. I have to sign up. I'm not logging my account.
It's a process.
I'm sure Adopt Me is at the top right now, and probably has like
exactly.
200,000 people playing.
It gives you the top grossing games, which I've heard that the top grossing games are making close to $10 million a month top line. So you can then do the math on like what the development team is making on that game.
$2.
But that's the scale of like how much these developers for these big games are making. What's the next step with Roblox for you? Are you guys working on a game? Are you guys going to launch anything?
Yes, it's actually, oh my gosh. I think did I send you the splash page, Reed?
I'm asking for the audience that's watching on YouTube.
No,
I obviously know the answer.
I know that. I was just curious because I can't remember if we had made one. We did. So it's called Cosmic Heroes, and it's obviously inspired by RuneScape. Surprisingly, 95% of developers out there, at least for the Java community, played RuneScape in their life. And every Minecraft server is heavily inspired by RuneScape, including our own. So it's very much so like one of those, you have skills, you train them up. A lot of PvE, which just means you are PvPing mobs to like grind and level up. And there's also PvP, which is player versus player. So it's going to be cool. I'm really excited. And I think the economics is so far, we've probably invested 75,000 into the game to see it get to the point to where it is right now. So hopefully it launches in a few months. And well, we'll see. We'll see. But I mean, it's too much of an untapped market to not like try to get in. I remember when Adopt Me had like 5,000 to 10,000 players on it when I was filming content in 2017. It was nowhere near as large as it is now. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Are you able to see how many current players Adopt Me has?
I know, I gotta log in.
Or like live?
It's always above 100,000 concurrents.
There was at one time there was 700,000, I think.
Yeah, they're hitting like massive scale, and it's interesting because what you touched on is like it is all just pure UGC, and these are all just games made by random people and on the platform itself. And it's interesting that you like touched on someone might spend 100,000 Robux on like a chain when in theory like the perceived value like it's all just like within that ecosystem, and if you play a lot of Roblox, then you're like, okay, yeah, I want to flex on someone, and I appreciate that. But it's interesting because it is UGC that, like, I imagine, if I made a gold chain, there's probably 1,000 gold chains on there, right? Like, and so, like, how do you actually even know which one is like the really cool gold chain? And like that side of Roblox is fascinating to think through, and how just that whole space is. I mean, clearly everyone is really talking about it within the business world right now with their IPO coming up. But I think they've really done an incredible job of just getting people, just like the economics are amazing for everyone within it. And I think every kid is obsessed with Roblox right now. But even the idea that they can make money. And they
should be.
Yes.
They should be. Like, as an adult, it's the most fun channel to make content on, period.
Wow.
It is easy, it's fun, it's efficient. I'm looking at it right now, Adopt Me has 325,000 players on as we're recording this, 7:40 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then what is this game? Brookhaven? Never seen this before, 292,000 players.
Oh my gosh.
When did this game launch? It was created April of 2020.
Wow. I mean, again, and if you look up those teams and you look up these developers, they're probably 19, 20 at the oldest, and it's small teams that are reaching massive scale by building on this platform, which is just incredible.